Is it working this time? That is the question that needs to be answered. Because last time I had a spinning disc in the preview, and at least this time I don't have a spinning disc in the preview. So I'm guessing it's probably working. I don't know. I really don't know. The fact that everybody's leaving kind of tells me all that I really need to know, honestly. Um, but this is the first actual use of this capture computer since I put it together, and it's been a while since I put it together, and it's been through a couple of different hardware iterations that will eventually be on video, probably later, because the videos are rendered. I just need to upload them. Alright, so I've got a yes, which means I guess I could turn this on, because I'm not wasting my time entirely. Okay, so this has probably been like the most tumultuous test stream imaginable, and I don't even know, did that like work or what? Or is my preview just that delayed? That's probably because the preview's delayed. So maybe I should just not even worry about that. Alright, so I'm gonna just like pause that. Come over here to this crazy thing. And I'm gonna put it off to the side. So that way I can both see my chat room and I can also see what's going on in real time. And I can see how the computer is handling this. I don't know how this is gonna work. Because I'm asking it to do a 720p 60 FPS stream. And I guess 720p is not considered high definition anymore, which is interesting to me because I don't really understand how the definition of high definition can change over time. All it does is just invalidate old documentation. But anyway, it's like Microsoft and Windows 8 and 8.1 and whatever. Anyway, that's a whole another can of worms entirely. Okay, so here's the deal. This was supposed to be yesterday, although obviously, as you're probably aware, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 24 hours, YouTube exploded. Um, I don't know what happened. I was working about 5 minutes before I started because it was a very last minute thing. I didn't really plan this. And it's 2020, so it could have been anything. Who knows what happened? But either way, I'm sure there's been a post somewhere that explains it. But the reality of it is it really doesn't matter because it was broken. And that was a huge utter fail. So I rescheduled it for today, and I don't remember what the original time was. I think it was like 2:30 or 3 o'clock, something like that. But then I got a call because my new lenses came in because my prescription changed, so I had to make that appointment. And that interfered with that, so then I rescheduled it for 3:30. Then I had some guy that wanted to come here and pick something up, and that's why it got delayed to 4 o'clock ultimately. So really, honestly, at the end of it all, I got waylaid over a toonie, pretty much. So that's brilliant. Anyway, so this is supposed to be a test. I've got this thing in front of me right now, just mainly to placate the idea that I need to have something to do, because I really don't. I'm just going to be talking into this microphone. Here's just this little mic, this little USB thing. Kind of a haphazard setup, but it works. So, you know what? Who cares? This camera, and that will lead me into something else here. This camera, okay. I think I'm going to turn off the rear color source. And the email just came in for me. Oh, you're streaming on your channel. Woohoo. I don't know why they need to give me an email for that. But this camera, this is a Canon ES 100 that I picked up. Eventually there will probably be a video, but the end game is that it needed some repairs. It was completely dead when I got it. And there are two things that were wrong with it. Number one is the tape mechanism is a myriad of ribbon cables, and one of the ribbon cable, the connector fell apart. So I got it back together to the point where it will actually work. I don't know if you can hear it. Well, it would if the It would if the thing wasn't getting stuck, but it does work at this particular point. I just don't trust it. But the other thing that was wrong with it is I don't know what would trigger this, but I've had two cameras with the same problem. If you remember the Samsung SCK70, that MyCam had exactly the same issue. The input fuse on the power input board. Oh, don't open. I don't want you. Get out. Well, it's not going to log in, so I guess there's one thing. Where's the mouse? I have a mouse hooked up to this computer because the trackpad doesn't work. Unable to sign in. Please check your internet connection. Shut up. Shut up. Alright. The fuse was blown. There's a little Pico fuse on the power input board that blew, and rather than spend about $100 on Pico fuses, of which I'm not going to use 90% of them, I just bypassed it with Solder Bridge, which is just the best thing ever. You should always do that. Not. Please don't. But since I don't care, it's only a Video 8 camera with monophonic audio anyway. What's the worst that could happen? Sure, it could blow up my face, but I don't really care. So here's the deal. Here's what we're going to do. This machine is going to be reconfigured for a specific task, and that task is going to be running automation. So just basically playing music 24/7. And in order to prepare it for that, I'm going to uninstall pretty much everything that's installed on it. Because it's got a lot of stuff on it. This Windows install, which, by the way, is Windows 7 Starter, I believe. Yeah, Windows 7 Starter, Service Pack 1. If you simply must, and you can actually read them, which not really. I don't know if I really want to reconfigure this camera, but I'll try. There are your Windows Experience Index scores. You know, I don't think I finished my thought on the camera. But it's not so much the camera that I want to talk about, it's the capture card. There's a reason why I don't use it to import videos anymore. Even though this is technically a video capture PC, that capture card is limited to 320 by 240 video. If I remember right, the NTSC standard for television is 240 lines of resolution. So I guess 320 by 240 makes sense. It's 4 by 3 and it's 240 lines. At the same time, it's very low resolution. You could probably see that because I've stretched it to 720p. So, yeah, that's a thing. Alright, so the deal here is that all of the programs are going to be uninstalled. So I don't need the Apple mobile device support for what I'm doing. I don't even have it hooked up to the network right now because I shouldn't need the network for what I'm doing right this minute, which is uninstalling programs. This was originally going to be a video because what I'm going to be doing is changing it to a 40 gigabyte SSD. But honestly, is that really worth making a video of? No. I've done it like a million times, so there will be a million videos about it. Alright, so apparently the battery on the computer doesn't work, which doesn't surprise me. I'm amazed it took that long to figure out that I wanted to do that. Just one of the many good things about putting SSDs in things. Let's see. What else to mention? What can I discuss? It usually helps when you've got an audience that's actually here. And I know I've got one person here in the chat room, which I could type in. The keyboard is sitting right behind this thing. It's just massively inconvenient to do anything in here. Alright, so this Apple software update, I don't need that. I think it's because iTurds is on here, which I'm also going to be removing. If it'll work. Don't need Audacity. Really, this thing is going to be running Radio DJ, which comes with MySQL, and that's really it. A couple of monitoring programs and tight VNC, and that's all. It doesn't need anything else. So, really simple. Honestly, I probably should just reinstall the whole operating system, but I don't want to go through that trouble. That seems like a colossal waste of time. I guess we'll see once I've got it cleaned up. Okay, I don't need Audacity. I do want to remove Audacity. That would be nice. The problem with this netbook and why it's been shelved for so long is it's got no Wi-Fi card, no wireless. And that's not because I don't have a wireless card that I could put in here. It's because the wireless card, the mini PCI Express slot is busted. If I put anything in the slot, the system will not boot any operating system, which is weird. I don't know how that happens, but doesn't matter what the card is. Doesn't matter, even the original card, which I don't think I still have around because I thought the card was bad, so I threw it away. That was kind of a waste. But in any event, I can't put anything in there. And maybe it's a blacklist. I kind of doubt it. Because if it were a blacklist, it should stop at the BIOS. It should not stop at a boot splash. So, that's for Windows. Okay, I don't need video capture software. I hate this uninstaller. I want to uninstall the program. I don't care. Just uninstall the program. That's fine. So that's a driver, free webcam recorder. I don't even know what the hell this is. So I don't know if I have anything else that I need to discuss. There will be some interesting videos coming up. I've got quite the backlog, so I really don't even need to make any more videos. I think at last count I had somewhere in the neighborhood of about 100 individual videos that are either waiting to be edited, are in the process of editing, or about done. So I'm probably set for the next year or so. So I don't really need to make any more videos. But that's not going to stop me. Maybe it should, I don't know. But the way I see it is ultimately you'll end up seeing the content one way or the other. So alright. Developer in a box. Alright. I have a, what is that silly thing? A Hoppage WinTV PVR 150 card, but I can't seem to get it to work. I wish I could, because that thing will support 720 by 480 video, which is not much better than what you're looking at, but it's still better than 320 by 240. So, I don't need iTurds, get out of here. The last time most of this stuff was installed is 2015, 2018, there's 2012. Oh no, that's 2017. Alright. So basically 2019, the beginning of 2019 is the last time this computer's been used. Oh look, there's even more stuff that I need to remove up at the top there. So it's been a while. What kind of hard drive does this have in it? What's the size? 160 gigs. Can I see what it... Actually, I don't even need that. I can come over here to this Crystal Disk Info program. It's a Hitachi drive with a shiz load of reallocated sectors, so that's nice. Okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to deal with my... What just happened? What is this? Oh, it's a microphone. Alright. I'm trying to keep this moving along. I don't want a long thing. I just want to see Like I said, this is a test stream. I want to trial this for potential future live streams that may or may not happen. They're not going to be regular, I don't think. And if they were to become regular, I'd have to pick a date. And I don't really want to pick a date. No, live on your channel. Why does it feel the need to tell me when I'm live on my own channel? I really don't understand that. That's just absolutely absurd. Anyway. Sorry, I'm reading something online about a website that got forcibly shut down. That's kind of unfortunate, really. The old Radio Shack Catalogs website apparently got the kibosh dropped on it. Alright. Two minutes? How long does it take to uninstall iTunes? Really? Come on. Craziness. There was a video that I did have to throw away. Funny enough, it's actually... I threw away two videos that were both basically the same thing. Modifying a power supply. I've got a couple of Antec power supplies in my possession that had fan speed controls. And these fan speed controls are useless. So I bought some fans, took the existing fans out, and put in some new ones to bypass the fan speed controller. One video was ruined by tape problems, or dirty heads, one of the two, which is, again, one of the hazards of digital video that I don't like, is if there's a slight anomaly, you lose the entire video, pretty much. It's not like analog where you get a little bit of noise. But the end, I'm moving the wrong mouse. That's great. The other one just really wasn't interesting enough. It was just boring, monotonous crap that most of which would have just been... Okay, what is taking so long? Is it doing anything? Something's doing something. I've got 60% CPU usage. Although the end game is that it's a netbook, so who knows, really. Oop, it just finished. Yay, right while I'm talking about it. Alright, I don't need Flash Player. It's pretty much done anyway. I can see the chat, but the thing is I'm concentrating more on what I'm talking about so that I'm actually talking coherently. Yes, this is a netbook. The idea is that it's being repurposed for a specific task, so I'm trying to uninstall all of the programs that are on it, most of which I probably haven't used in like years and years and years. I mean, the computer itself hasn't seen use in like about a year. Almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years. It was the beginning of 2019. And it's now almost the end of 2020. A year that cannot disappear soon enough, but somehow or another I don't think it's going to get any better. I should just not say anything, because every time I say something, I end up being right. Oh dear. Anyway. See, the thing is, you can only uninstall one program at a time. That's how Windows works. Like if I come over here and I try to uninstall Java, it says please wait until the current program is, blah blah blah. So I can't do anything. I gotta sit here and I gotta wait for this. But to be straight honest, this isn't so much a video of or a stream of uninstalling things. It's a stream where I'm testing the computer that is actually doing the stream, which you probably can't see. It's under there. Let's see. Do I have a... There's no video light on this camera, so I can't do it that way, but I could do it this way. Yeah, there we go. That thing right there. Testing that to make sure that that's actually going to work and do what it needs to do, as opposed to something that's actually useful. It's basically just an excuse for me to yap into a microphone for however long it happens to be. Alright, so that's done. Let's uninstall Java, because I don't need it. Or anything else, for that matter. There's probably all manner of personal data garbage that I really don't need. Why is... Oh, okay, whatever. Nothing in the downloads. Okay, maybe there isn't. Oh, yes, there is. There's a lot of stuff. Oh, that's going to be fun to clean up. Brilliant. Data that's not required. Of course, the trackpad's busted, so I'm going to use this stupid external mouse. I change it to an SSD first. It's usually what I do before wasting any time on anything else, but I've only got a 40 gigabyte SSD, and this install isn't going to fit on a 40 gigabyte SSD without some finessing, we'll put it that way. So I have to uninstall all the garbage first. I'm going to leave Macrium, that's my backup program. I'm going to leave Security Essentials, that's antivirus, that's useful. Silverlight, do I need that? I'll leave it there. I'll leave the Visual C crap. Mouse Suite, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to leave it. It's probably got something to do with a mouse driver. Computer's holding up, so that's neat. That's actually really neat. I like that. Don't need QuickTime, don't need Skype, don't need all this other junk. Believe it or not, I actually used to use this exclusively to chat with people on Skype. I don't think it's really possible to do that anymore with a machine this underpowered. It does have 2 gigs of RAM though, I think. So at least it's got that much going for it. Yeah, 2 gigs. I feel like I need the Jeopardy thinking music. But I have a feeling that the video will have a train dropped on it if I dare to play something copyrighted like that. Okay, the HD audio driver I need. There are apparently 2 versions of Skype on here. I don't know how that happens. Yes, please do. That's why I hit uninstall in the first place. Alright, so uninstall the second one, which is apparently here for some reason. And then I'm going to have to install a year's worth of updates, too. Of course, I'm not going to make you sit through that. That'd be kind of ridiculous, really. Telling you something, it's been absolutely abysmally warm the last several days. At least it's getting a little cooler now. Cool enough you can open up the window overnight and get some nice fresh air. Almost done the installation. Remove everything, please. Because I don't need or want it. And I don't need VLC either. Okay, I gotta wait for VLC's uninstaller to come up. This is something neat that will eventually be getting a video. I wonder how many of my viewers actually know what this is. Let's try this. Oh, that's a little better. See a reflection of it in there. The camera there. Of course, I'm going to have to learn the ins and outs of how that works before I make a video about it. Because if I make a video about it and I don't actually know how it works, I'll have a million people that'll come by. And it seems to be always that. If I make a video and I know what I'm doing and everything works out perfectly, nobody watches the video, nobody leaves a comment, nobody cares. If I so much as screw up one little detail, everybody and their goldfish will come out of the woodwork and will complain about it. It's like, what's the point? Why are you so salty that somebody did happen to do something wrong, in an attempt to learn how something works, that you gotta get on their case over it? I never did get that. Okay, so let's plug it into the network. If it'll let me plug it into the network. Okay, this is a home network. Yes, indeed. Now, so I'm going to sit here and wait. I don't need this anymore. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So I'm going to actually put the lens cap on the camera right now because I'm going to be entering a password. Oh, look at all the dead pixels on that. That's great. Unless it already knows. No, it doesn't know what the password is. I think this actually predates my having any centralized data storage. File servers or anything like that. Okay, I don't need it to remember the credentials. I'll take that off. And let's see. I gotta come. Shut up. I gotta come over here. Go to the setup. And update the few programs that are left. Because there are a few that are left that need to be updated. Which is probably going to ask me for the password again. Please run. This is probably the most boring thing that anybody on there has ever watched. It's going to ask for the password. Of course it is. Ugh. Alright. Get in front of it. There's probably like wind noise to the extreme. Well, what can you do? As it happens. It's live. I can't edit out all the little mishaps. So I want to, in fact, I'm going to just exit that program. See if I can find it and make sure that it disappears. Why are there 4 processes open? That's ridiculous. Okay, sure, whatever. Alright, I don't need the README. We can launch the program. So there, now it's up to date. This thing is hilariously out of date. So I'm going to exit that. Go ahead and we'll run that. Normally, if I'm going to do a stream, I want it to be an hour and I want it to be interesting. So I'm going to have something to do. I guess this is technically something to do, but it's not really interesting. Like I said at the beginning, it's just my wanting to try this and see if it works. That's probably the most important thing. Is to see if it will do what I want it to do. And tweak some things if maybe there's an issue or what have you. But it doesn't look like there are issues. I mean, it is dropping frames, but that's okay. I kind of expected that. Alright. Could install a browser. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll install a browser. Then I need VNC, which I'm going to have to set up. And that would be great, because then I can go over to my computer over there. Now, let's take a look at some stuff here. What's going on with the live stream detail stuff? No messages there. The chat is still working. My assumption is that the broadcast is still working. Analytics says that everything is working, although there's a discrepancy between concurrent viewers that I've got going on here. That's great. Gotta love that data integrity. The other thing that I've done, I've set it up as normal latency because I don't think I need anything else. I'm kind of almost interested if I should have chosen one of the lower latency options. Although I don't think it really matters. And the reason being is this is not like a stream where it's absolutely important that people watch things as they happen. I really don't think it is that important. You know, eventually you'll watch it. The only issue that I can see is that if I stop it, is it going to cut everybody off? You know, like, remember the old days of YouTube, like 2009 and whatever? When you uploaded a video, it was like 10 seconds or so was cut off. There was an issue for a long time, actually, where it would cut that off. So you go and look back at a lot of videos and you'll see like a still image at the end that says something to the effect of, this is to keep the video from getting cut off by YouTube's processing. Oh, those were the days. This version makes changes to your profile that can't be reverted. Well, great, it's a fresh installation, so thank you for telling me that. Not that it matters. Now we need VNC. VNC. Alright. Tight VNC is my VNC server of choice. Alright. I accept the license agreement. Custom install. I don't need the viewer. So I'm going to not install the viewer. We will install the rest of it. And then I gotta put Radio DJ on here. And then I also gotta clean off all the data. So that's gonna be extremely fun. Okay, I'm gonna bring that back up. Yeah, every once in a while, like it's doing it now, it will start dropping frames. I'm not really sure why, unless maybe the camera's got something to do with it, which I don't think it does. It's got to be, it's an encoding thing, I'm sure. Happens every once in a while. Not enough to make me care. Although I could certainly drop it to 640 by 360. Or whatever resolution would work. Okay, now I gotta enter in a password. So here we go. We'll close this. Not that it matters, because it's not like this is exposed on the internet or anything like that. But still, safety first. Safety definitely first. And then the question will be, will I actually remember that password? Probably not. It's not like it's the same password across all the machines anyway. So. Though it is a valid password, it's not Hackbee, so don't bother. Anyway, okay, is the service running? Let's see. Well, we got a tight VNC service. So, I'm going to come over to this computer over here so I can sit down in a chair and not hurt my back any more than I already have. Which then means I can't see the... Well, I can. I can read it from here. The new glasses. Well, it's really nice. It's really nice, actually, being able to see. It's weird. It was kind of jarring to actually be able to see things properly again. Not have to strain the crap out of my eyes in order to see. It's going to take some getting used to. Okay. Now let's see if this messes with the stream when I bring this thing up. And I bring it full screen. Come on. Full screen. I don't have enough fingers to do this. There we go. But then, of course, now it's blocking all this other stuff. So, I want to find the profiles. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy one, paste it. I wonder if it would actually work with the NetBIOS name. I'm going to try it. So edit that. Put that in. I'm going to save. Close that. I don't need it in that. And then we'll run it. A socket operation was attempted to an unreachable network. What the F are you talking about? Oh, what? Hey, it's going to the same network. It's like right there. Oh, hold on a minute. Something broke. Hang on just a moment. I didn't lose a stream, so it's not like my entire network went down or something. But for whatever reason, it looks like internet access died. Why? Computers, technology, gotta love it. Can you imagine if this happened on a server that, you know, was located geographically across the globe that you needed to connect to in order to do work? Just poof, all of a sudden it's down. What the hell? Okay, it's not going to let me turn it off and... Ugh, I hate you. Alright. Disable the network device. I don't care whether it's inaccessible or not. I've got to disable it and re-enable it, because apparently it's too meta to actually, you know, work properly. Okay, let's try it again. Come over here to the computer. I don't know if maybe installing VNC messed it up or what. Okay, that works. We will go ahead and enter a password. Now I can connect to it. Yay! Something works. Alright. Oops. Okay. So now I'm working on it remotely, so you can see the mouse is moving, but I'm sitting in a chair, so as to not hurt my back. I do want to reconfigure one thing, which is important. Turn that off. Alright. So I can close this. And now, pictures. So many pictures. Probably most of which haven't been seen in goodness only knows how long. So we'll just take them all. And some of it was inappropriate. But that's okay. Go to my computer over here. Or maybe I won't. You know what? Watch this. Does it remember the password for that? Yes. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to make a folder called Netbook, and I'm going to just move it all over here. Save myself some time. Alright. So we'll get rid of all that junk. And all this junk. The debut folder I can get rid of too. How big is this? So there's like... It's like a couple of kilobytes. Alright, whatever. So we can get rid of that. Paste it. Come over here to videos. And debut an iSpy. I'm sure that iSpy folder is going to take up a lot of storage space, because it used to be used as a wannabe security camera. Oh yeah. Oh, 900 megs. It's only a 10100 network connection too. That's kind of pathetic. So it's going to take like 5.5 minutes just to do that. Craziness. Pure craziness. We'll see then if we've got lower than 40 gigabytes. If I could actually clone this. Well, that's the one other thing that I need to do, is I need to update the backup program. And I need to find the USB to SATA adapter. I don't know where that went. I've moved things around in here so much that keeping track of things is practically impossible. Alright. There's 6 people watching this right now. Yo, what's up? Well, the funny thing is, oh, that's hilarious. It says 0 on the analytics and 5 up there. Okay, I don't know what's actually true. I mean, I can come up here to the participants list and I can see. The only participant's me. So maybe I am on my own. I don't know. Don't know what I should trust. Don't know who I should trust. Please merge. That would be nice if you could do that. So we sit and the world turns. This thing's overheating. 65 degrees. Ouch. Socket 559. This says it's an Atom N455, but yet everything else reports it as an N450. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know what I should believe anymore. Maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a slightly better version, like 0.6... 0.06 gigahertz better. I don't know. How much storage space is used? Okay, that did, like, basically nothing. Yeah, we still got 42 gigabytes of used space. So how do we fix that problem? Might have to do a full reinstall. That's unfortunate. That's going to take forever. See if we can run disk cleanup. Because it's not going to clone. I can tell you that right away. It will not clone. And I don't want to grab a 128 gig. Because I have one. I have one that I can grab, but I don't want to grab it. And the reason why is because I want to use that for another machine that needs an SSD, for which 40 gigs is not going to work either. I don't really know of anything else that's running a 40 gig SSD that, a 128 that doesn't need it. Because I think I converted. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I can. I'll have to check on that. Of course, I'm going to do that later. Oh, it turned red. Oh, no. Alright. What do you have for me? Probably not enough. Nope. Nowhere near good enough. Alright. That'll get rid of another 1.06 gigabytes. Baby steps. I'm gonna sneeze. That's brilliant. Really, I probably ought to just reinstall the whole thing. Alright, disk cleanup. Let's run it again. And this time I'm going to try and clean up the system files. Alright. Clean up system files. And this is probably also going to take forever. I think I'm going to shut this off in like about 10 minutes or so. Just because it's been about an hour. Actually, it has been an hour. I started at 4. So I think about an hour is good. And at least I know it works. So whenever the next one happens to be, I don't know when it's going to be, because I don't think it's going to be a regularly scheduled thing. I think it's just going to be whenever I can. Because it's not going to replace the weekly video log or anything like that. I'd love to know what takes so long to do this. This is, like, impressively slow. Oh, it moved. Wow, holy crap. What is this? Alright. Nope. I'm busy. Alright. It's important they'll call me back. This is the kind of thing that goes on behind the scenes on a video that you don't see because it's obviously boring as hell. It's only using about 30% of the CPU. And I'm pushing pretty high bandwidth out of this. It's like 2500 kilobits a second. Plus the audio on top of that. So it's not a low bandwidth stream, and I can do it. It is possible. And the only reason why I'm pumping it out that high is because it's a high definition stream. I don't care what anybody says about 720p. It's still HD as far as I'm concerned. Because it was considered HD years ago. It's still considered HD now. My sunlight is vanishing, and I think my automatic light's about to turn on. A few minutes. Wow, this is awful. What's going on? Oh, it's using a fair bit of CPU. Is there anything else that's running? Trusted install. Yeah, it's trying to install updates, it looks like. It's funny to say that about a Windows 7 computer. Now that it's been out of support for however long it's been out of support. Not going to stop me from running Windows 7, though. So much more reliable than Windows 10. So much better than Windows 10. I'm going to hear it now that I dared to say that. There's two people in the world. The people who hate Windows 10 and the people who are lying. It's just the same as ABBA. ABBA, there are two people in the world. People who like ABBA and the people who are lying. Alright, anyway. Before I get myself into too much trouble with the audience. I don't understand how you can release a software product that is just so universally reviled. Then again, Adobe Flash Player is a thing, so that piece of software is universally reviled, and that piece of software is soon to go out of support. There's a websites that are going to be in deep trouble if they don't migrate away sooner rather than later. I think it was December, and I don't know if it's the end of December or if it's the beginning of December. If it's the beginning of December, there's a lot of sites that are screwed. If you want to, well, my honest opinion on that, they're going to need to figure something out, and they're going to need to figure it out fast. I don't think you can even run Windows 10 on a Pentium 4 anymore. I think there was some BS limitation, some artificial limitation they introduced, some instruction set that's not on the Pentium 4. Windows 8's the same way. Yeah, no, there is an instruction set. I forget exactly what it was. I forget what it was. There was a post about it, and I know that there's a reason why. Do. Let's see here. See if I can find it. No, that post was not about what I thought it was. Okay. Let's see. I'll find it, because it's going to drive me nuts now. Let me look it up. Windows 8 requires new security features, not blah blah blah. No execute. It needs the NX bit. Although I'm pretty sure that there were Pentium 4s with the NX bit on the Prescott socket 775 architecture. So maybe it was... I know that there was something. There was something. Let's see. Okay, so the limitation is 32-bit on Prescott 775s and 64-bit on Cedar Mill. So the really, really late ones. Although nobody has a Cedar Mill Pentium 4. See, the problem with Windows 10, as this thing is still sitting here trying to scan Windows Update Cleanup, which I'm pretty sure is because it's trying to install updates. So I don't even know if I should waste my time. Is that all Microsoft needed to do is take Windows 8.1 and put a start menu on it. Put the Windows 7 start menu on Windows 8.1, and it would have been just fine. But they didn't. They chose instead to reinvent the wheel, like apparently they seem to do every time they release a new version of Windows. Like, just look, going from Windows 2000 to Windows XP to Windows Vista to 7 to 8 to 8.1. Maybe not so much 8.1, but it's still a change. And Windows 10. It's a new user interface every single bloody time, and I don't really understand why you would do that. To just... Honestly, I think it was just to make money on their training partners, because everybody had to be retrained for the new system. Similar to the ribbon in Office. The only reason why they introduced it is so they could make money from retraining everybody all over again. Complete waste of time. Anyway. So this is clearly not going to work, so I'm going to just cancel that. And the light is on, because it is now 5 o'clock. And I think I'm going to shut this down. I think that's enough. Enough of a stream. Tells me that this thing works. So, sounds good to me. Check for updates. Yeah, 1/20/2019. It's been a while. So, don't know when the next one will be. It'll probably be a little bit less scatterbrained and less impromptu than this one was. But there you go. It's something, right? Why would... What the hell? 8? No. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to shut this down now. This is apparently giving me an error message. Is the date and time set properly? Thursday? Yeah, it is. So I'll have to deal with that. I'm going to deal with that at a later time. Right now, I'm going to wrap this up because I think that's pretty good.